welcome back to Just Listen to One podcast. I want to talk about college and that topic and pros and cons and if I have or haven't gone to college, and if so, what would or have I went to college for, etc. And I'm going to just list off pros that I list off and the con that I have. I'm going to list off pros. I have 5 pros that I wrote down, and they are you would be more marketable regardless of the career path that you went to college for. Access more job opportunities. There will be more likely higher earning potential. 4, opening to change industries. And 5, a greater job stability. And then I only have one con, and it depends on everybody, but I would say the con, in my opinion, is the money situation is my big one. But that's just my opinion regardless of cons and whatnot. And I'm going to answer a couple questions that I wrote down to help me to kind of guide myself in a way for this podcast. Because if I have notes, I know it's really helpful for me to make a podcast if I have some notes and guidance on instead of winging it at times. So this question I wrote down is, have I gone to college, and if so, what was it and whatnot, and if not, why, and would you, could you, etc. I have had some college experience, but not a full college experience, if that makes any sense. With some college experience, it was through a nursing home that I worked at. I'm going to call it GV, so I don't say the name of the nursing home. It's not that I couldn't or not. I'm not saying that I can't say it. It's just because I don't work there anymore. I just don't feel comfortable saying it to the world. Through that nursing home that I was working at GV, I went to college to get my CNAs, and that was a partial, some college experience. I have not had like a full college experience that I chosen what I want to go to college for, if that makes sense. So no, I have not. So yes and no. Yes, from a job that I worked at to get my CNAs. I did not pass the testing part because I'm not a good test taker. But no, because I did not technically chosen what college degree or subject or niche that I wanted to go to for college, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to say yes and some college because of that. So a little story on that. I will try to do a story, as much short summarized story on it. Regardless of the some college, my work at the time paid for it, and they paid for everything plus paid for me going there, so I'm getting paid to go to school. So when I was going to school, I was technically at work on top of it because they paid for my hours there. So, and that was great, amazing. Probably if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't gotten some college or college in general. So that's kind of a little bit of a summary. When I was working there, I was practically a PCA and practically did things to help the CNAs. So, and they're working there. I don't know if it has changed or not. So, but this is what it was when I was working there as a PCA, or the way they would call it, unit assistant. You could be a unit assistant for so long because like you can be a unit assistant or PCA for so long, then you kind of have to take the classes to get your CNAs. And that was kind of their, I don't know if rules is the best word, but that's the best way I can explain it. So, so that's why I got some college degree, but not in that, I don't know how to explain it, but like not my niche in a way. If that makes any sense, that's the best way I can explain it. But have I gone to college out of my goodwill and my degree path that I want to choose and what I want to do? No. So I hope that answers your question in some in some shape or form. But the other question kind of ties into it is, what will I go for if I have not went to college? Like what degree or what would I major in? And I would say right now, I am going to college is one of my bucket lists and if we're being completely honest, deep down, it is my bucket list to go to college of a degree that I want to go into, and that would be business. And it would help me a lot with a lot of different things in my life, I would say, when it comes to business, because photography will help me with that, and here on YouTube, and just like little things like that. And if I ever want to start like a different kind of business, it will help me a lot, and it will help me with money, and I feel like it's going to help me long term if I do this business degree. I think it really would help me in so many directions, and it will help me personally get far in life. I'm not saying it wouldn't get far in my life if I don't do it, but I think it would help me with business side of things, like taxes and other things like that. I think it would help me extremely to I don't know. I think it will help me extremely. And the only thing that's holding me back is money and not good with tests. But that's just me. I am terrible with tests and whatnot. So, and I've heard that my community college where does have resources to help me out regardless of testing and whatnot. So that will be a good thing for me to go look forward into. And I am so I have a in my town, there is a place that, well, there's a few different places, but the place that I am thinking of, it would help me to pay for to go to college, so they would pay for it all. And it's also the same place that helped me find my current job that I do have, and which is awesome. So I might go through them to help me to succeed and get it. I just have to get a hold of them and say, like, hey, like, this is my goals in life. I've been wanting to do this for X many years or months or whatnot, and go. Sorry if you hear flooring screeching. I'm walking around now. I know. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. Like, if I have, like, a future, if something that comes up in mind that I want to do an extra thing, regardless of business, besides photography or YouTube, if I'm like, oh, I want to start this business, then it's easier for me to do so. So then I have certain kind of, per se, resources and more things that I can do, and now I'm kind of a little bit more on top of my game, per se. Or if I ever want to do merch, that would help me a lot more to know what would be the best thing I could do for selling merch, for example. So, like, little things like that, I feel like college can help you to kind of give you a push and kind of give it a little bit more of a head start in some shape or form, that you, with certain kind of things that maybe could be holding you back, or certain what's it called? Like, things that would be appreciative to know and whatnot. I don't know. And I'm sorry with this podcast or any of my channels that you are subscribed. I keep saying whatnot, especially here in my vlog channel. But yeah, I think that is it for this podcast that I can think of. If you want me to do a part 2 on here, let me know. And I am more and happily to do that. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.